Do you believe in the paranormal? Has anything unexplainable ever happened to you? Join Super Junior and I as we try to uncover the mystery behind Mystery 6. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Midnight Theories, and if you're new here, welcome to Midnight Theories. Mystery 6 is a horror mockumentary that aired on Mnet in 2006. The 6-part series follows the boys of Super Junior. They try to uncover the source behind Donghae's night terrors and investigate what happened to the former tenants of their dorm. Just to clarify, the show and the storyline is fictional and is scripted to an extent, with some of the members breaking character or adding in their own skits and jokes from time to time. The show borrows the format of a reality show, consisting of hidden cameras, interviews, and a documentary narrative with a slight twist of horror tropes and a late 90s to early 2000s horror movie feel. Our story begins with 2 high school students filming in their school late at night. They must prepare all their material before their deadline for the school's video festival. They venture into the dark depths of the hallway, dimly lit by the flickering fluorescence, when one of the girls has the bright idea to pull a prank on her friend. Now pumped with adrenaline and full of fear, they run through the hallways and find themselves across from the school's laboratory. The prankster student holding the camera shares an urban legend that the room used to be a classroom before a student unalived themselves in there some years ago. Her friend is visibly consumed with fear from her surroundings, but the two make their way to the front of the science lab, but alas, it's locked. The girl holding the camera eagerly peers into the windows and catches a glimpse of a female student sitting at one of the desks before vanishing into the darkness, when suddenly... The real start of the show begins when we are introduced to the show's host and guests, Harisu and Super Junior, as they share their ghost stories and experiences. Although none of the members believe they have seen a ghost in real life, Donghae shares that he has had the same recurring nightmare for almost a week ever since they moved into their new dorm. He awoke one late at night from his slumber due to feeling pressure overcome his body. Unable to sit up from his bed, he feels an invisible force holding him down. With what little strength and control of his body he has left, he turns his head towards the mirror in his room and sees a girl in the reflection with black eyes pressing down on his body. As soon as their eyes meet, he screams with terror, which wakes him up. A translator in the studio explains that frequent nightmares in one place means there is a possibility that a spirit exists in that location. With this information at hand, the program requests to film inside their dorms and installs 6 CCTVs around the house and even the bathroom to get to the bottom of Donghae's nightmares. This sets the tone for the rest of the series, where we observe Super Junior's day-to-day life and find out what's the cause of his nightmares. For the rest of the episode, Hicho goes around interviewing the members to share more ghost stories, and at this point, I don't know what's scarier, the ghost, their hairstyles, or whatever this is.
어디가 제일 이뻐?
먹지.
아 뭐야?
내조한 체형이고 되게 발달돼.
뭐 무서운 얘기 같은 거 들은 거 없어요?
At the end of the episode, the Mystery 6 team catches an apparition at the bottom of Donghae's bed. Is this the same ghost Donghae has seen in his sleep? Jumping into episode 2, we are thrusted into a scene of someone panically looking through drawers and cabinets. The visuals are also accompanied by a radio broadcast breaking news of a family of 4 found dead in their apartment and a young girl found with bruises all over her body. They report that the father of the 12-year-old girl trapped her in her room for months and beat her to death. We then see a shot of the same person picking up a golf club and trying to break into a locked room. In the next scene, we realize that this is Donghae's dream. But was this the former tenant trying to send him a message from beyond the grave, or foreshadowing what's to come if they continue to dig into the mystery? Visibly tired due to his lack of sleep, Donghae's schedules for the day are cancelled, so he can rest as the others begin their day, but not without some unusual occurrences. Back at home, the boys find Donghae laying on the bathroom floor as he grows increasingly weak. Their manager pays them a visit to assess the situation. He orders the boys to clean up their room and the moving boxes in their dorms. While cleaning, the boys come across some unclaimed boxes filled with books and magazines. There they find a diary and begin to read its contents, suddenly realizing the past owner of the diary suffered the same experience. They decide to brush it off and get rid of the boxes. The rest of the members gather together to rewatch the CCTV footage and notice the apparition has moved. The once faint apparition is now floating beside Donghae. The 3rd episode begins with the boys of Super Junior at the SM building doing their dance practice, and Donghae starts to mess up the choreography and gets scolded. Once again, the boys bring up the CCTV footage. The resourceful and responsible leader that he is, Ituk suggests that they seek professional help to determine the cause of Donghae's hauntings. They call upon a priest to check out the dorms and help them out in their time of need. she explains to them that there is an evil spirit in their apartment. They must make the ghost let go of his grudges in order to be freed from its clutches. The members once again go back to reading the diary of the young girl to see if there's any connections between their situations. Upon reading the contents, they find the name of the owner written on the back. Kangin then calls the manager to see if he can look up any information on the young girl. Super Junior then arrive at M Countdown for rehearsals, where everyone in the studio experiences something strange. There is a strange noise that they refer to as a high-pitched ghost sound that is heard over their music. As the M Countdown staff try to figure out the cause, the boys are sitting backstage when the manager arrives to inform them about Park Ga-young. The manager tells the boys that her and her father were murdered by a crazy person. Later that night, half of the group go to the recording studio, while the other half go home and continue to read the diary. In Gang's diary, she writes that after some time, the rest of the family members saw the ghost and were also haunted. While backstage at the studio, they begin to experience some paranormal activity, starting with the lights flickering on and off before completely going dark. Sungmin, one of the members, was the only member in the recording booth and gets locked in, while his other members try to break him out when suddenly the lights turn back on and the door unlocks. Quite honestly, they quickly gloss over the situation and celebrate their producer's birthday. They take a picture in celebration, and as soon as the Polaroid finishes developing, they shockingly notice a ghost figure pose behind them. In episode 4, we are shown a flashback of a young man in a bath. He reaches for his cigarettes and lighter with the initials K and J, when suddenly he catches a glimpse of a dark figure in the reflection of the lighter. A black cloud manifests and seems to be drowning the young man until he's dead. Back to the present day, the boys are at the salon trying to maintain those bleached luscious locks. As each episode goes by, Donghae is increasingly weaker and isolates himself from the others. The members begin to worry and take Donghae to see a light hypnotherapist to hypnotize him. In his trance, he meets the evil spirit and almost begins to convulse due to his stress. They hand him a piece of paper and marker to write down a message, but unfortunately, the writing is illegible. Later in the day, the Mystery 6 production team were able to contact Gang's mother, the only close family member to survive the tragic event. The mother meets up with a few of the members and staff to retell what happened the night of the murders. In tears, the mother said that the father grew fearful of his daughter, comparing her to the devil. He came home one night in a drunken rage, killing his daughter, then proceeding to go up to the roof and ending his own life. The mother continues to reveal that all the former tenants before her family had all tragically passed while living in the same apartment. One of the owners, a student, was in a motorcycle accident with his girlfriend where only his girlfriend passed away. Flooded with guilt, the boy went to study abroad in the Philippines, where he later passed away in his hotel room. After sharing their stories, they hand the mother the diary before parting ways. The boys later make their way to the airport for their schedule in Thailand. The paranormal activity only increases from here and starts to affect all the members. After their performance, the boys head to the hotel's pool and go their separate ways. Donghae continues to isolate himself from his members and takes a dip in the pool. Ituk and Eunhyuk stay behind and try to piece together everything that's happened so far. Well, until they got sidetracked by an attractive girl across the pool. In the middle of their playful conversation, the pair spot Donghae drowning. Episode 5 opens up with Ituk heroically jumping into the pool without hesitation and pulls his drowning member to safety. Back at the hotel, Donghae is recovering and surrounded by his members. He explained that he felt an unexplainable force grab his legs and pull him down. The next morning, Sungmin shares over breakfast that he had a nightmare last night of a girl with black eyes in his bed. Siwon also adds that he saw a ghost as well and shares his experience. Did the apartment ghost follow them all the way to Thailand, or were they visited by other spirits that night? The members fly back to Seoul and enjoy some of their time off. They ask their manager to get in contact with Gang's mother so they can take another look at the diary, to which the manager responds that he hasn't been able to get in contact with the mother after multiple attempts. Gang's aunt then calls the manager and said that the mother has been missing ever since she received the diary. The next scene cuts to the members at their dorms. As they continue to dissect the diary, they come across another name. Lim Junhee was said to be a school bully who later killed herself in 2002 after a picture of her was plastered online and ostracized by her peers. Gang writes in her diary that Junmi used to live in the same apartment as well. She believes that Junmi is the evil spirit causing the nightmares and endless terror. One night, the ghost visits Ga-young and asks, "Will you die too?" Donghae suddenly realizes that he wrote the same exact quote while he was hypnotized. In episode 6, we cut to a young girl scrolling online. She is seen online scrolling through hate comments. Hurt by the words of her peers, she ends her life. Continuing to investigate Jumi, the boys come across an article online about Jumi's tragic death. The team contact the reporter to get more information and find out who is the person to post a picture of Jumi and make up all the rumors. In a brief call, the staff find out that the person to post the pictures was another young student named Yang Ji-hyun. Following their lead, the team find Ji-hyun at her place of work. Ji-hyun admits that she set up Jumi and make up rumors of her being a bully. But of course, this isn't the end. Backstage, the boys continue to read the diary and come across the last page. Ituk notices 2 pages are stuck together and tries to tear it apart, revealing the truth behind the night of the death. The person to break into Gang's room was not her dad, but her own mother. After making the discovery, the boys rush home to inform Donghae. Donghae is home alone sleeping when he is woken up by his house phone ringing and a continuous ring at the door. And of course, it's no other than Gang's mother. But just as he's about to open the door, he meets an empty hallway. Cut to 4 days later, the boys do a self-cam and inform the viewers that Gang's mother/murderer was caught by authorities and is getting professional help. Donghae also shares that he no longer has nightmares and is back to normal. As the situation seems to be resolved, the boys now believe in the supernatural, but they claim they are no longer scared. But are you? Let's be honest, Mystery 6 isn't the best horror mockumentary out there, but it has its moments. Have you watched Mystery 6 before? If not, would you still dare to give it a watch? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, thank you for watching and enjoy your stay.